Have you ever wondered why? Despite working harder than any generation before you, here's the uncomfortable truth. The system you think is designed to help you succeed, and the deeper you look into the origins of modern money, the more you realize something chilling. Wealth doesn't just grow. It's directed. And for decades, maybe even centuries, today we're pulling back the curtain, not to scare you, but to show you exactly how we got here, who set the rules, what broke, and why every fix was never meant to fix anything at all. To understand what's wrong with our financial system today, we need to go back. Far beyond the banks, before stock markets, even before paper money. Back when wealth was simple. Gold, land, trade. Money had weight. It had limits. It was hard to create, which meant it was hard to manipulate. This stability lasted for thousands of years, until a small group of people discovered something revolutionary, something dangerous. If you can't increase real wealth, you can still increase the symbol of wealth. It involves kings, governments, bankers, wars, and crises. But the twist? All of them were following the same pattern. Let's go to the 1600s. Merchants in Europe were tired of moving heavy gold around during trade. So goldsmiths, the early bankers, offered a solution. Store your gold with us. We'll give you a paper receipt. It was supposed to be safer, more convenient. People weren't coming back to withdraw their gold. If people trust paper. This was the birth of fractional reserve banking. The concept that banks can lend money they don't actually possess. 1800s and early 1900s. Nations began to realize something crucial. If you can create money out of debt, you can finance wars, build empires, and expand influence. Without ever raising. And the public changed. Interest became the invisible tax. Inflation became the silent killer. And the gap between those who controlled money escalated. The creation of a central bank, the Federal Reserve in the United States, marked the beginning of a new era. Money can be created with a signature. Inflation is a policy, not an accident, and debt isn't a problem. It's a product. This was the rise of modern finance. For a while, nations promised that paper money was still backed by gold. President Richard Nixon announced something called the closing of the gold window. Worth something because the government says it is. Limitless, printable, inflation-driven, debt-dependent. Savings lose power over time. After 1971, something dramatic happened. Corporate profits soared. Housing drifted out of reach. Education costs skyrocketed. Debt became normal, even expected. They realized the new rule. Own assets, not ours. This is why wealth became concentrated not by effort, but by access. To compensate, governments began stimulating the economy. Every recession, more printed money. Every crisis, more debt. Every downturn, more inflation. And each fix created a bigger problem down the line. Governments tried minimum wage laws, but inflation swallowed the increases. Banks lowered interest rates. People took on even more debt. Why? A system where money is created from debt will always require more debt to survive. Look at the patterns. The average house price in many countries has risen 3 to 10x since the 1980s. Wages haven't. 60% of working adults can't cover a $1,000 emergency. Global debt hit a record $315 trillion and keeps rising. The top 1% added more wealth in the last 2 years than the bottom 99% did in a decade. Every major recession required more money printing than the one before it, and the same forces that shaped the past. The system didn't break. A machine that rewards owners, not workers. A machine that grows through debt, not productivity. A machine that survives by keeping you financially dependent and financially distracted. 1. Money is not wealth, assets are. If you rely only on earned income, the system will always outrun you. Ownership is the only protection. 2. Inflation is not an accident, it's the design. 3. The next few years will reshape the global financial system again. Just like 1971, just like 1913, patterns are repeating. You're already ahead of most people because you're learning the truth. If you want more deep dives like this, more breakdowns of the hidden systems shaping wealth, and more strategies to start owning your time and your financial future, subscribe, like, and share. Because the next video might be the one that changes everything. This is only the beginning. They don't want you to know this about money. To learn more about wealth, grammar, and to be successful in your life, subscribe, like, and share my channel, Wealth Grammar. Thanks for watching my video.